Hi everyone, thank you for letting me do this presentation. I'm sorry I can't be there face to face, but I'm attending the ASSP Leadership Conference right now. So what I'd like to do is just address some of the results of the most recent and historical data when it comes to the internships. Now, last time we met on April 5th, I had proposed maybe we could split up the capstone into a junior year or an earlier year, and then the senior capstone as it is, but it would be less credit and maybe change it around. Some of the concerns that were brought up, and thank you for discussing this, is that students wouldn't receive adequate mentorship in that earlier one or get a quality experience, that they didn't have the coursework to properly prepare them to get the most out of a junior year internship, and that students wouldn't qualify for financial aid over the summer, but we weren't sure what we could do about that. Now, there are some advantages to having students do 2 internships prior to graduation. First, doing a junior year internship would make them better prepared for their final one. It's possible that they become more selective with their capstone as far as where they want to go. Maybe they maybe have a better idea of what they'd want to do. And then also, I think it'd be more likely they'd be hired prior to graduation because the second internship would be more targeted to what they'd want to get into. So here is a rundown of the data for capstone internships since spring of 2015. And then you can see I also put in summer 19's non-capstone. So I did a survey right when we got back to school this semester. For about 2 weeks I collected data, and we received 48 students who participated, indicating they did do a safety internship, and I'm going to share that data with you. But this is very encouraging. The averages continue to go up. And overall, students are making, on average, in like an $18 to $19 per hour range. And as you can see, the non-capstone, so they had nothing to do with us. They didn't register for any credit. They just went out and got their own internship. They made almost $18 an hour on average. So our numbers are going up. The averages for internships for the capstone are going up. And here's a comparison of the last year, so fall of 18 to summer of 19, compared to just summer of 19 non-capstone. As you can see, the pay was very comparable. I'm sure the capstone had a higher max, because some actually are hired on when they're doing their capstone, but for the most part, there really is no significant difference. So for the summer, we had 8 capstone students doing construction, 4 doing insurance or loss control, and 5 in sort of a manufacturing or private industry site. Our non-capstones, we had 42% of them, or 20, were doing construction, 17 or 36% were doing manufacturing, and then we had a balance in some other industries. So as far as who they are, I believe we had 9 of the 48. This wasn't even their first internship. They were doing a second, and then their capstone would be a third. As you can see, about half of them are planning to do their capstone next summer, about a quarter of them in the spring, and then you can see that there's a sample of them that will probably be doing another summer internship before they do their capstone. As far as where they're located, it's 2/3 in Wisconsin, and then you can see they did get around the U.S. a little bit, so that was interesting. A majority, 77% of the non-capstone interns indicated that their direct supervisor had either a safety degree or had a certification in safety. So they were receiving adequate mentorship and supervision. There was only a small amount that fell, 10%, around 5 of them indicated they weren't either they weren't sure or they didn't feel that they did have training. As far as what they felt that they got out of it, or they feel what is important now that they're done with their non-capstone, is, you can see right here from the screen, the greater the blue and the greater the orange, the more they feel it's important. So social skills they found is very important, but that's basically the top one. Next, it comes to networking, participating in a professional safety organization. Time management and writing skills is the lowest. Maybe they just don't like it. As far as what they felt, how this experience would change them as a student, a majority felt that it would definitely make it easier, and then a complement of 42% said that it would make it somewhat easier. So the skills they gained during that internship, they felt would transition into making them a better student or a better learner, and I think that's interesting. That's good. Most of them liked the experience. There was one student who didn't like it, and I think they interned at Amazon at a warehouse. That's what it's kind of seemed like. So here is the starting salaries and the percent of placed early. So this survey is done about 1 to 2 weeks before they complete their internship, and therefore it's before graduation. So this is 1 to 2 weeks before graduation. As you can see, our overall average over the last 4 years is somewhere around and adjusted at about 60%. It goes up and down depending on what's going on, but anecdotally, it's almost 100% within 4 weeks after graduation. The only thing that would limit a student from not accepting a full-time position after graduation is logistics. They don't want to move away from home. And that's all I really wanted to cover here. So hopefully this generates some discussion within the group. I want to thank Dr. Bookman for taking over the internship coordinator position from me. I'm hoping, and I think this is on the agenda, that I'd like to focus time on developing an insurance course. We've had difficulty finding someone to come in and fill that need, and I would like to reach out and develop a group of experts, subject matter experts, to help me build that course and see what it would look like. So that's something that I'd like to work on here in the coming year, and maybe I can report it at our next meeting. So if you have any questions, I'm sure the rest of the faculty could answer those. Otherwise, thanks everybody.